historic city of Prague, known by many names, the heart of Europe, the Golden City, city of 100 spires. If you've ever been fortunate enough to visit here, you'll know why. And inside we go for this most beautiful of new skating sports, world synchronized skating. And the Finns are here in force, Nancy Kerrigan, with two teams. This team, Finland number 2, known as the Rockettes back home, in 6th place after the short program.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be wanting to move right up because last year they were in 2nd place. So they're expecting to have a great performance here and pull up into medal contention.
Colorful uniforms, and it looks like body paint on their arms as well that mirror the colors from their costumes. They're skating to a soundtrack, as many of the units have. This from the movie Alexander.
I guess being in 2nd last year may be the reason they're a little nervous coming into this in 6th now. You see it on their faces. Interesting, sort of just setting the mood first. Starting off in movements in isolation, some doing little jumps, lifts. You have to have at least 3 to do a specific move. There were spread eagles there. Here, nice straight lines. And I think from this camera angle you can see if these lines will stay straight as they move. And with those dark dresses against the white of the ice, you can really focus on that.
That's a good point. The block formation, which is the basis for this sport, very much like military marching in that respect.
Well, you could see the lines came off a little bit, and then as they do that, they can see that when you look down your line, and you'll see one just push a little harder to get back in line and back into place. So if they do get off, they didn't stay off very long.
They split into 3, and there's a difficult intersection out of a triangle formation. And
triangle with
back
the
to it
turn.
Again. Yeah. This is what I was talking about, keeping the relationship in a circle without touching hands. I mean, it's tough enough with hands, but without it.
Yeah, and then they stop holding and turn and doing these intricate moves and keeping the circle. What you're saying is it is difficult. You always have to be looking at the person next to you and down the line, make sure you're in form. Because the judges are looking at these and keeping to see whether you're staying in that circle and in that form, especially when you're not holding on. That was a nice circle. Here there's spin. Nice lines in that spin you could see from above.
I mentioned earlier, I noted the long skirts, and you can see why. When they do their spins, it's very pretty, ballet-like, especially from the overhead cameras.
It is. As they spun, though, you could also, because of that, see that they did get off a little. But coming out of that and going right into the line, I think, helped. They went right into the line so fast that it helped to hide the fact that they got a little messy there.
This club from Finland call themselves the Rockettes, one of 2 teams from Finland. Last year, as Nancy mentioned, they finished 2nd in the World Championships, but after the short program, they sit in just 6th place. Another team from Finland leads the competition.
Here doing moves in the field, which Lou wasn't even around when I competed. They do moves in the field now. It's sort of replaced the figure eights and the compulsory figures in skating. It's a way to move up in levels. They have different tests to take to move in different levels.
If you're wondering if this is just a European thing, actually the United States has been doing this back since the 1950s. It started at Ann Arbor, and in fact you'll see an NCAA collegiate team competing for the United States here tonight.
Which I think is great. I think if more colleges could have such a program, you'll see much stronger teams. It would be so fantastic if they could get scholarships as well. It's not as many, it seems, female sports to get that kind of attention in the universities.
Miami University of Ohio represented here tonight, and they are in contention, and they have been doing this since 1977. kind of arc lines that intersected.
And they're intersecting going backwards toward each other, which is more complicated. You know, you got to keep those feet together because the girls are really close together, and if your foot's out a little bit, you know, that cause one to fall and, you know, sometimes more because they are so close. Interesting lifts. Pretty dramatic ending.
Team Finland, the Rockettes, in 6th place after the short program. Doing the math quickly tells us they need 112 points here in the long program to move ahead of the Russians and into 1st place. We'll be seeing 8 teams who are in contention here in this event tonight. All 8 of them have a shot to medal. A nice salute to the crowd from Team Finland and a look back at their long program.
Here, look at this intersection coming in and a triangle position and turning as they intersect is very complicated, going right into a nice circle. And here, you look at the lines getting a little bit messy there at the end, but this nice spirals, change of position and edge, very nicely done. They're very together. You can see the unison of the skaters right there as they lifted their legs all at the same time.
Coach Kaisa Nieminen and her skaters from Finland, the technical elements. We'll see the grades come in gradual order. First, an assessment of the technical elements, the program components totaling 61.5, and so a total score of 117.66, and for now, they are your leading team in the World Synchronized Figure Skating Championships from Prague. When we come back, the leading team after the short program, team number 1 from Finland, the Marigold Ice Club, as well as Team Sweden, when we come back right after this.